hailing from just a few states over. She loves a good Cheez-It and will wash it down with some swig. She loves Scrabble, outdoor concerts at the Ruoff, and golfing at Crooked Stick. She's every ref's favorite, and she dresses like a CEO because she's a boss. Please welcome to the show, Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark just stepped into the lion's den and didn't blink. In her most unfiltered interview to date, the WNBA's brightest star joined Sue Bird live at AllStar Weekend as a surprise guest on a Touch More podcast and immediately set the stage ablaze. From shutting down NBA rumors with ruthless clarity, to getting real about life as a viral meme, to throwing some subtly loaded shade at her own coach, Clark held nothing back. This wasn't your typical media-trained soundbite session. This was raw, real Caitlin, funny, fiery, and fearless. If you thought you had her figured out, think again. She dropped truth bombs that demand headlines. We're breaking down the boldest, spiciest, and most talked about moments from a must-see interview that's already sending shockwaves. Drop a CC superstar in the comments to show her some love. Let's ride.
First and foremost, you're in your second year. You're already getting an all-star game, so you get to host, which is amazing. Obviously, we'll just say the obvious. We're all very bummed that you can't participate.
Me too.
Yeah, I know you're bummed as well. But you can still enjoy it. Yeah. I think Indiana so far has done an incredible job.
Caitlin Clark didn't need to lace up for the All-Star game to own the weekend. Make no mistake, she was the main event. In the heart of Indiana, her adopted hometown, Clark stepped into the spotlight like the unofficial host of the WNBA's biggest celebration, and the entire basketball world followed her lead.
It's done a tremendous job of, decking out the whole place and making everybody feel welcome. So it's just getting started.
From towering Nike billboards blanketing the city to standing room-only media appearances, Caitlin Clark's presence was impossible to ignore. Even without stepping on the court, she leaned into the moment with pride and purpose, proving once again that she's not just a force in the game, but a beacon for where the league is headed next.
I think it's amazing. You wouldn't want it the other way. So you just enjoy it. And they've put so much time, effort, and money. When we found out we were getting All-Star shortly after All-Star last year in Phoenix, they've been working on this around the clock. There's been so many different committees and so many different people that will never get credit for what they've been able to do and just the logistics behind it to make it amazing. Not only for the people that are going to go to the 3-point competition, skills competition, or the game, but just the people that are coming into the city to be around and just see everything that's being put on and just enjoy the vibes, I think is absolutely.
Caitlin Clark was all in on making All-Star Weekend unforgettable, even from the sidelines. She gave credit where it was due, applauding Indiana's behind-the-scenes efforts and making it clear just how much the fan base means to her. The city that embraced her? She showed up for it, fully and intentionally. She may not have suited up, but she still owned the spotlight, just like only Caitlin Clark can.
You embrace being the host, who knows if we'll ever get to bring it back here. I'm sure we will at some point, but maybe not for a few years. So just trying to do, everything I can to make it amazing for everyone.
When you're Caitlin Clark, every step, glance, and word gets dissected. And in this part of the interview, she opens up about the weight of it all, the noise, the scrutiny, the constant pressure of being one of the most talked about athletes on the planet. But true to form, Caitlin doesn't flinch. She speaks honestly about how social media distorts reality, and how her real grounding moments come not from viral clips or headlines, but from the wide-eyed kids in the stands, hopeful, inspired, and dreaming big. That, she says, is what truly matters.
Well, I think first, you have to remember, social media is just such a false perception of reality. And even for myself, you don't always realize that at times. It's not the real world. And, when you're in a position of, people are going to love you, people aren't going to like you. But I think when I show up to arenas, those are the moments that really remind me of how many people are really there supporting you and loving you. The little boys and the little girls, those are the people that are on social media, caring about every decision you make or every comment you make. But also at the same time, I feel I just try to show up every single day and be myself and approach it that way and just be authentically me.
She shares a side fans rarely get to see. Off the court, she's not just the fierce competitor lighting up scoreboards, but the locker room jokester, the one bringing laughter when it's needed most. It's a reminder that televised games only offer a glimpse. The full picture? That lives in group chats, practice runs, and late-night laughs in hotel hallways. The places where her personality shines just as brightly as her jump shot.
What do you feel is the most misunderstood thing about you on the court and off the court? the personas, if you will?
Ooh. I feel like a lot of people don't realize like how goofy I actually am. Like, and I think like a lot of my teammates would say that, like, even like Steph White was saying this the other day, like people don't realize like I'm just like comedic relief in the locker room. Like once I step on the court, like I'm super fiery and like I want to kill, but every moment other than that, it's like, it's not serious. Like I just have fun. I have a good time.
But don't confuse her humor for softness. Caitlin dives deep into how she navigates the different layers of herself: the athlete, the teammate, the daughter, the public figure. These aren't masks she wears to survive the spotlight. They are parts of a whole, and she's learned to move between them with intention. It's her way of protecting her peace, filtering the noise, and staying grounded in the eye of a constant media storm. In a rare moment of introspection, we see her stripped of the game day armor, vulnerable, honest, and quietly powerful. This is Caitlin Clark, far beyond the box scores.
You got jokes in the group chat.
Yeah, group chat.
I'm like, sometimes I'm like, this motherfucker is a troll.
But I don't know. I feel like the more you get to know your teammates or your coworkers or whoever it is, like you just become more comfortable and, you know, you kind of understand them and they understand you. But I feel like anytime like you're in your private life or with your family, like you're truly just yourself at the end of the day. But I don't think it's like a like coping as much. I feel like it's just more so like a comfortability thing and like building that trust within your locker room first and foremost, more than anything.
Every superstar has that one moment when the spotlight sharpens and everything changes. For Caitlin Clark, it wasn't just one. It was a series of seismic flashes. Travis Scott casually posting her on his Instagram during college, a jaw-dropping 41-point triple-double in the Final Four, and a highlight reel of moments that demanded the world's attention. As she reflects in the interview, that Louisville game wasn't just a statement win. It was the night the world stopped, looked up, and realized a star had arrived.
Like my freshman year of college, like when we played UConn in the Sweet 16, we ended up losing in San Antonio. Like I remember Travis Scott had posted me on his story. And I like got back to my phone and like everyone was texting me. I'm like, yeah, I have no idea why he did that. Like, I'm like, that's super cool. But yeah. But I would say like probably when we beat Louisville, my junior year to go to the Final Four in Seattle. I had like 41. I think I had 41, like 10 and 12 or something like that. But that was like the moment I really felt like things were really starting to.
But the most surreal part, it wasn't the flashing cameras or the headline buzz. It was the reactions from her idols. Lebron James, Steph Curry, legends she grew up watching were suddenly calling her name, giving shout-outs, showing love. For Caitlin, that was the moment it all felt real. The stars she once looked up to were now looking right back.
The one person that like really like made me starstruck probably was LeBron, because like LeBron was a person that I grew up like absolutely loving. Like he was like my Michael Jordan because I was younger, and like that's the person that I always looked up to. And so I'd say him, even throughout. And Steph, even those like at the end of my college career, they began to like comment on some things as I was ending my career and then now professionally. But I feel like I still have a lot of those moments and it doesn't always feel real because, you know, I feel very lucky and fortunate.
That kind of recognition doesn't just validate your game. It redefines your entire reality. And yet, through all the fame and fanfare, Caitlin still moves with that same wide-eyed wonder, like a kid who can't quite believe the dream is real, but shows up and owns it anyway.
Turn down the NBA offer for the 3-point contest. That was the whole thing. But you did turn that down, but you made good on your word. You wanted to show up for Indiana in the WNBA AllStar game. What went into that decision-making process?
Yeah, well, I mean, they obviously really wanted me and Sabrina to do it. Maybe a couple other people as well. And I was just like, well, I mean, that would make the one here a little like just not as fun. So, and it's in your own city. Like I was going to do it no matter what. And I wanted my first one to be here in front of our fans.
If Caitlin Clark made one thing crystal clear in this interview, it's this: she's done entertaining the nonsense, especially from legacy media. In a moment that sent the crowd buzzing, she shut down the absurd rumor that she turned down the NBA 3-point contest because she didn't want to shoot off a rack. No dodging, no sugarcoating. Just straight facts with that signature Clark edge.
Recently, there was like that rumor, lie, whatever you want to call it, which was so dumb that you declined because you didn't want to shoot off a rack. Yeah. It's like, what? Where do these people come up with this shit is beyond. But I'm actually curious. You finally, it doesn't always happen. Honestly, even we have a podcast, mics on our face. You don't always get the opportunity to be like, no, that was a lie.
Yeah.
And just kind of like call it out and like fact check them.
Yeah.
That had to have felt good.
It did feel good. I don't know who wrote the article, but I'm sure they didn't feel great about themselves after I did that. So I don't know who their source was, but whoever their source was.
Her reaction, A perfect mix of disbelief and biting sarcasm. And while she chuckled at the absurdity, Caitlyn didn't hold back, calling out the media for running wild with baseless narratives. It was one of those moments that reminds you, she's not just playing the game, she's taking control of the conversation around it, too.
30 times a game. So I always thought I was on a heater. Some nights I was, some nights I wasn't. But I would say more so professionally, like that Liberty game. I feel like as a shooter, like when you see like 2 or 3 go in, like for me, like if I have 2 back to back in a row, like I'm probably going to launch a third that maybe isn't advised by Steph, but like I got to get it up. And then if the third goes in, like you're just hot. I think as a shooter, like your confidence just builds and builds and builds. It's just coming off your hand better. The rim looks.
Then came the subtle jab, served with a smile, but sharp as ever. As Caitlyn shifted from myth-busting to mindset, she brought up her now iconic performance against the Liberty. It was a masterclass in what it looks like to be locked in. 2 quick buckets. That's the green light. 3. She's pulling heat checks, coach's approval optional. And that's when she dropped the line that lit up the room. With a playful grin, she hinted that maybe not every shot was exactly drawn up by Coach Steph. The crowd erupted. It was light-hearted, hilarious, but pure Clark, confident, self-aware, and completely unafraid to own her instincts. Whether she's breaking ankles or breaking down narratives, Caitlyn continues to show she's just as sharp mentally as she is dangerous with the ball in her hands.